when he said on Dodger Blue. It's the reason why Kendrick had this line here.
Bitch, I'm from the land. Don't say you hate LA when you don't travel past the 10.
I'm from the land. Don't say you hate LA don't, matter of fact, I've been correct. I'm gonna modernize that. Don't say nothing about LA unless you spent significant time past the 10. And I ain't talking about just rolling with your homeboy one day that gave you a pass that day. If you ain't lived down here, if you ain't been amongst the people, if you haven't, you really don't know. You really don't know. So this is something that I want to point out about Southern California. We're diverse, and we reject the gangster label wholesale. And as a matter, and not to say that we innocent, nah. What happened was in the 90s, white society, white supremacy, gave the microphone to the gangsters. Appreciate that, G-Mar, for the Cash App. Hit me on the Cash App, y'all. Let me know y'all fucks with what I'm talking about. $ Dewan B1. In the early 90s, you know, Death Row Records, they drowned out Ice Cube with Death Row. And you had all them niggas talking all that studio. That's another thing, Lord Jamaria. Do you know that most of them Death Row niggas was studio gangsters? Niggas wasn't no real fucking gangsters. They were doing what Kendrick did, talk about what they were seeing. Eazy-E was a real thing. To show you more so how diverse the black music sound is, the godfather of LA rap, Ice-T, by the time the 90s came, Ice-T wasn't the original person who wrote 99 Problems But a Bitch Ain't One. By the time the 90s came, Ice-T was doing heavy metal. Cop Killer. Y'all don't ever want to talk about the militant side of LA. Fuck the police. How to Survive in South Central was just a LA version of Biggie's 10 Crack Commandments. Y'all don't talk about how Ice-T went to heavy metal.
Ice-T.
You know what cops come and got?
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, they took Cop Killer down. That's Ice-T. Ice-T, when the 90s came, we talking about some whole revolutionary shit. Why don't the rest of the country ever gravitate towards that? Why, when we burned LA down when the police was fucking with us, why didn't y'all copy that shit? New York, burn that motherfucker down if they ain't doing you right. Y'all copy everything. Y'all don't copy shit. Well, look, New York niggas, Lord Jamar, all you New York niggas, if y'all want to copy some LA shit, copy LA Unity. Copy how when the LA riots happened, when the police fuck with us, all the hoods could sit their shit down to the side and go at them. Copy that side of us. Copy the side of LA that mounted up when we saw an outside attack from somebody like Drake. And then we went up to the Bay and said, y'all are brothers too, let's go. Why don't y'all copy our unity? They spending all this time criticizing Kendrick Lamar. Because he was saying that earlier in that interview, he's talking about, well, I thought at first he was a nerdy guy, now he's a gangster. No, he was never a nerd nor a gangster. He was neither. He was a man that was navigating through his environment, doing the best he can do. Now that he has some power in his hand, he's using it to bring people together. Bring in some Mexican hoods with the black hoods. Cause I hear a lot of you lame duck ass niggas in my comment section. Man, LA got all the Mexicans they deal with. Well, it's treaties and good times between the gangsters and the black gangsters and the Mexican gangsters too in LA. It's a lot of treaties between the Latino gangs and the black gangs. It's a lot of Latino gangs that are drop dime on anybody Mexican that did something to a black person in LA. That's why LA niggas always get them motherfuckers back when they try it. But y'all never hear that fucking story because we keep that shit quiet.